Hello. Hello, everyone. Hope all is good. Hope all is good with you. Welcome to this week's Tuesday night draw stream with Golemwulf. That is me, otherwise known as Tim. Tim, Golemwulf, Golemwulfy, whatever. I'm fine with any of it, as long as I know it's me you're talking to. I was gone most of last week, having a great time visiting some family, and got to meet some new friends as well. Hopefully, you're noticing a little bit of a quality increase in the video production. That is thanks to my good buddy Adam, otherwise known as Reverend X, here on the interwebs. If you're not familiar with him, he's a great YouTuber and Twitch streamer. Reverend X, go check him out. He's extremely entertaining, very fun, just a great dude all in all. I actually got to meet him in person this week as well, and he was very kind to let me have some old equipment of his that he was no longer using, and they also happen to be massive upgrades for myself. So, so needless to say, I am extremely thankful. Hopefully that will make everything go better going forward here. So give me 1 second here while I get things rolling. What you're looking at here on the screen is the last week's drawing. This was Guile. That actually Reverend X actually recommended. So, so this was a lot of fun to do. And give me 1 second here. 1 second. Sorry about that, folks. Give me 1 second here. Forgot to post a link here real quick. Just 1 second here. Go live to draw. There we go. All right. So I was thinking a lot about what to do this week as far as what to draw, and I admit I was having a little bit of difficulty coming up with something, but I think we finally figured it out. What I thought I would do is draw the classic, the great classic costume of Mr. Incredible from the old Pixar movie called The Incredibles, which is a great movie. I love that costume, and so I thought that'd be really fun. I thought that'd be a fun character to draw. So I got some reference here on the side, and we'll go ahead and get going. Actually, give me 1 second here. I think I might zoom this camera out a little bit. I think it's a little cropped in. Bear with me here. New technology, so we're new camera here, so we're kind of figuring things out as we go. Let's see. Let's zoom it out a little bit. There we go. Maybe like so. There we go. Maybe like so. All right. Hey, that's not so bad. That's a bit better. So so let's go ahead and get started. I got my nice blank piece of paper, the lovely blank piece of paper. And let's get started. So anybody feel like if anybody's out there watching, have any questions, any comments, anything they want to talk about, or any ideas for characters to draw in the future, I'm definitely open. Creative Faye did suggest drawing Prime at one point, which is an old Malibu character. I might do that. I figured I haven't really drawn a whole lot this last week, so I'm feeling a little rusty, so I wanted to draw something that I feel like would be a little bit more in my wheelhouse. So maybe next week, we'll see. And honestly, I haven't really read much of that character, so I'd like to learn a little bit more about him before I do that. But hey, you never know. Never know. So anyway, let's get to it. Let's go ahead and get him going. Let's see. I'm kind of picturing him doing a kind of flying at us like he's winding up a punch here. So if we do his torso here, then we can. Oh, so I see here, Master Figures. Hey, how's it going? How's it going? Thanks for coming in. Welcome, 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 welcome. Hope all's good with you. Thanks for coming in. How you been? I know it's I've been gone a week, so I feel like I need to catch up with all my friends. So I hope all's going well with you. Get that fist in there like that. Get his head down like that. Have his chest kind of like that maybe. Here, and then we can have his knee coming out like that, and then this leg can come back like so. Let's see. Yeah, we make his fist absolutely huge. Which can be a lot of fun. That really emphasizes that foreshortening. Yep. Can't let myself get too caught up in details quite yet. So this was in his younger. I'm doing his younger days costume, the blue one with the black and like the red eye symbol. So he was a little bit thinner in those days, but still very muscular. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to give him kind of my muscular type look. I like to do. And of course, well, still trying to keep him because he's got that huge jaw, which I love. So, Master Figure, yeah, I know you were. I think last time I saw you, you said you were working on a Daredevil piece. How's that going? Let's see here. Should I have that? Fist going here, or should I? I can move that here, and I can move this shoulder back here. Cool, man. Drawing Superman. Awesome, awesome, awesome. That's fun. You know, I haven't drawn Superman in a while. That might be a fun one to do. Who's your favorite version of Superman? Like, what era? Are you the 90s mullet, or do you like the classic with the spit curl, or do you have a preference? Yeah, Superman. I knew what you meant. I know the keyboard got in the way there. Believe me, I have these fat, thick fingers, so I totally get it. Let's see. I can have him. I have that fist back here, like he's winding up a punch. Yeah, maybe something like that. Okay, all right. I kind of like that, and then a little chest here, and then here, so that gives us the nice little twist. And he's got a very simple kind of black band around the waist. He's got the black leggings, and then he's got the big black eye. I wanted to follow his follow the curve of his chest, so it looks like it's actually on his clothing. Like John Byrne, yeah, I'm with you on that one. That's a great Superman. That giant S that he put on the chest, yeah, that's a classic. That is a classic. Trying to think what's happened. Oh yeah. Since I was on a road trip this past week, I was able to actually finish the audiobook for The Devils by Joe Abercrombie. I will not spoil it, but my God, it was awesome. I absolutely loved it. So if you're a fan of Joe Abercrombie, or you know, adventure, fantasy, horror type stuff with a lot of dark humor thrown in, it's an easy recommend. I'm a huge fan of the first Law books, so. And the cool thing is it's the same narrator doing the audiobooks, a guy named Stephen Pacey, who is absolutely incredible. So it was right up my alley, and highly recommend it. Let's see, he's got the big circle here. Then let's see, it looks like he's got it kind of comes down like that. And his sleeves are all black, right, except for his gloves. Trying to think. I'm getting a little farther in the. I was able to get a little bit more into the Nocturnals book done by Dan Brereton. I got that big hardcover omnibus, which is fantastic. Absolutely loving that book. I thought about drawing the Gun Witch, but I'm like, nah, man, I need to warm up a little bit more before I take on a character like that. He's such a cool character, but yeah, I'm feeling a little bit rusty after not drawing for weeks, so I kind of needed something that I felt like I could actually do a somewhat decent job on. I feel like I'm giving him like a necktie or a collar or something. Let's see, these kind of circle around him like that, actually. And this would be, yeah, because of the angle, this would come down like here. This is creating a little awkward tangent with this jaw, so we'll fix that. So this glove will be blue, and then this part will be black, this part will be black, then the belt's black, and this is all black. Okay. And I'll just kind of bring that shoulder in like so. And I really want to get that face. Yeah, we'll just kind of make them. Maybe he's in a big fight right now. Fighting the Underminer. Behold the Underminer. Okay, and he's got kind of that narrow nose. And he's got that big dang chin, which I love. We'll give him the cheekbones. That's right, his mouth is like right up under his nose, which makes the chin even bigger. He's also got a bit of hair here. Let's see. I want to give him like a little grimace, like a something like that, maybe. something to that. I don't know if I like that foot. Don't know if I like that foot. Where'd my eraser go? There it is. Let's see here. So if I push this back, like so, we can do the knee, and we can do the calf, then we can kind of do the foot like that, maybe. Yeah, I can live with that. And then, tell you what I'm going to do, just because I don't like that logo so close to his chin, let's go ahead and lower that down. So we'll put the dot like here. And now we'll put that like so. Like so. And like so. Yeah, and honestly, I probably should have done all the musculature and stuff first before I started working too much on the costume, but, you know, oh well, I didn't. Yeah, I don't know how much of this anatomy I'm actually going to leave in, but I really want to give the idea. It's like, no, this is Mr. Incredible, baby. You ain't messing with this guy. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Just trying to figure out. Let's see. Just trying to figure out where we're at here with this costume. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I love this movie. So this is fun for me. Let's see. Legs, lats. Just trying to muscle them up a little bit. Traps, delts. Some kind of like that, maybe. And then, yeah. Oh, that's right. He's got the mask. Yep, I got to give him the mask. Basically just kind of goes over the nose like so. It just kind of loops down like so. Kind of like that. Okay. Alrighty. God, I love this movie. So, Master Figures, I'm taking recommendations for who to draw in future streams. Do you have any ideas or Anything you'd like to throw out there? Let's see. So I could do this arm will be here. So that would cause a shadow. And then his head here would cause a shadow. We can put his nose, chin in shadow. Pretty much most of this all be in shadow. Most of this will be in shadow. Okay. All right, I can live with that. So let's go ahead and lighten this baby down. Good old kneaded eraser. Yeah, not taking it all off, just lighting it up enough so I'm not competing with the line art with the lines that are there when I'm trying to ink. It looks a little sharper actually on the camera than it does on in person, so that's kind of interesting. Cool, cool, cool. All right. I'm going to try to ink mostly with this guy. This is my... Oh, let's see. Where is it? Yeah. The calligraphy pen by Tombow. This thing is awesome. I absolutely love it for doing... Yeah, for the thin and thick I can get with it. Absolutely love it for that. So... Make sure that line's actually showing up here. There we go. Yeah, I like to do the outline first, generally speaking. Yeah, I like that outer line to be a little bit thicker. Or they call it the holding line. I think most of this is probably going to get blacked out. Let's see here. Oh, geez. I Paint Anime is now following on Twitch. Thank you very much, I Paint Anime. Really much appreciated. Thanks for coming in. Hope all's good with you. How you? Thank you, man. How you been? How you doing? Thanks for swinging by. Hanging out. Drawing a little old school Mr. Incredible here for some fun. I'm a big fan of the of that first Incredibles movie. Thought it'd be fun to draw his old costume from earlier in the movie when you see him kind of in his younger days. I thought it'd be kind of fun. Procrastinating, drawing, and painting commissions today. I get that, believe me. I get that. That's awesome that you got commissions though, man. What kind of, well, obviously you paint anime, but that's really cool. So what kind of painting Do you do like what mediums? Are you a gouache guy, a digital guy? My BFF calls me the adult version of Jack Shack. Nice. Nice. Yeah, my family and I we love laughing at the original movie because my dad was a big, strong, burly guy, and my mom's a natural redhead, and my sister had long, straight hair, and I was a bright blonde hair kid as a little kid. It got darker as I got older, but yeah, my family can relate a little too well to that movie. I'm a tattoo artist and graffiti artist of 20 years. That's awesome. I'll have to check that stuff out. So do you stream it then? I'll have to check that out. Do you stream it or post it anywhere? I'm assuming you do. Let's see. Paint with spray cans and paint markers with airbrush. Nice. That's really cool. I'm streaming here soon, so I went on social media almost 10 years ago. Gotcha. Yeah. See, wait. I'll be streaming here soon, so I went off social media almost 10 years ago. Okay, so you got off social media. So you got off social media 10 years ago. Good for you, man. Yeah, I admit I'm pretty much only ever on social media to stream or post artwork, that kind of stuff. Don't feel like doom scrolling. Hey, I don't blame you, man. Don't blame you. I mean, most of it's all noise anyway. It's like, so there's definitely, some, cool little moments here and there that you can run into on it, and there's some benefits to it. But yeah, all in all, I don't miss it when I'm not on it. Yeah, no, you obviously weren't here at the beginning of the stream, but I sell work well enough from the rep I build as a tattoo artist. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I was gone most of last week. I was out of town visiting some family and saw some friends I had out there, and so I was hardly ever on social media that whole week, and did not miss it one bit. It was kind of nice, actually. But yeah, more friends from Twitch buy my art when they see it, and that makes me good money. And okay, cool. $1.70 my money. Okay. So let me guess. So are you? So may I ask where you're located then? If you're not, I'm assuming. Yeah, since your money's more than the U.S., I'm assuming, is that the British? Would that be the British pound, or? Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not going to pretend. New Zealand. Okay. So not even close. I was completely wrong then. But hey, that's awesome, man. Congrats. But yeah, I'm an aspiring comic artist. I'm currently in the process of writing and drawing my own book. No, oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right. My bad. Money is not my strong suit, so forgive me. Numbers are not my strong suit, so. Gotcha. Okay. So I'm assuming you probably don't sell to the U.S. a whole lot then, right? Or at least willingly. Wait. Yeah. No, yeah, because you're on. You make 70 cents to the dollar. Oh, okay, gotcha. Because my money double. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Think I'm tracking. But yeah, no, I'm working on my own comic book story. I'm currently in the middle of writing it. And then working on getting some pages drawn. Let's see. I think I've got my original character here. Give me 1 second. Gotcha. Make better money on Twitch. Cool. Yeah, I'm working on getting there. But yeah, this is my original character from my comic I'm working on. His name is Domini. He's a barbarian, as you can see, and the story is going to be kind of a barbarian fantasy action horror type story. I'm working on issue 1, at least getting it written right now. So, yeah, if that's something. Well, thank you. So if that's something you think you might be interested in, watch this space, because when I get closer to getting it done, I will not be shutting up about it anytime soon. So, reminds me of God of War. Yeah, I've gotten that a lot, and I'll take it, man. I'll take it. That's God of War is pretty badass. So that's kind of where I'm going with it. I mean, the story is completely different, but that design anyway. Yeah, definitely some Kratos inspirations for sure. Let's see here. Boom. So are your commissions primarily anime then? Nickname Jack Jack's got hair looking nice. That's fun. So you got the big alfalfa point. Oh, just knocked the camera. Sorry. I was motioning towards my hair like you could see it right now. And believe me, no one should be put through that. I'll just go ahead and thicken up that line here. I'm going to make sure those traps are good and defined. And he's kind of got the little curly hair here. Lately, yes, it seems to sell very well in here. Gotcha. Yeah, I'll admit, I don't know much. I don't know a ton of anime. Otherwise, I'd probably be drawn more of it. Most of my, let's see, as I clean with the spray cans and paint markers, people have mistaken it for digital. Nice. That's cool. That's a nice compliment. But yeah, I am far from an anime expert, so I don't know. I kind of grew up on, old school American Western comics and, sci-fi and that kind of stuff, the old cartoons from that era. So, nothing against anime. I just don't know much about it. So, outside of like Dragon Ball Z, some of the old 90s ones. Pin as a request. Nice. Haven't gotten those kinds of hours to watch anime all day. Oh my gosh, who does? There's so much of it. Yeah, well, one thing I gotta say, man, I love about anime fans is you just say the word anime, and then within seconds you'll have 1,000 recommendations. And I love that anime fans are that passionate about it. I love it. Let's see, this is all blacked out here. This is all black anyway, so we're not going to see anything here. No, okay, from the 90s. Nice. Yeah, I was a 90s kid, so I grew up on on the X-Men, Batman, Superman animated series, some of the Image comics, that kind of stuff. So that's kind of my upbringing. And then all the Bruce Timm stuff. Big Wolverine fan, going like, "Hey, bub." Fair enough. Fair enough. You don't know who you're painting. Yeah. Hey, man. Hey, that works. I might have to. Oh, I'm sure I'll be drawing an anime character at some point on here. I'll have no idea. Well, actually, I don't know if you can count it as anime, but where'd he go? Actually, I did this last week. I mean, technically it's a video game character, but it is a Japanese character. Well, it's from a Japanese video game, Capcom, but yeah, I did that. So technically, there was an anime about Street Fighter, so technically you can say I have done an anime character on here. But I'm always looking for suggestions. Nice guy. Thank you, man. Thank you. Sonic Boom! But yeah, I'm always looking for new ideas and new characters and things of what to draw on here. So, yeah, like I said, as soon as you say the word anime, you're gonna get a million recommendations, which I love. But I gotta figure out which ones I actually feel like drawing, because some of those costumes, man, just big Street Fighter player. Yeah, who's your go-to? Who's your go-to fighter? I always loved Zangief, or Zangief or Sagat were probably my main go-tos. Oh, that's awesome. Akuma? Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. I can see that. Akuma's pretty sweet. Yeah, it kind of depends on my mood. I'll admit it's been a while. I've since I really hunkered down and played a bunch of Street Fighter, but yeah, I always loved Dalsim. I know he's a little bit cheap because of the rage and the because it was stretching. Blanca is great too. Yeah, I know Dalsim's a little cheap just because he can stretch and he's got all the those projectile, the Yoga Flame, Yoga Fire, that kind of stuff. But nah, I love him. But Zangief I love because everyone's all like, yeah, Vega. Yeah, I never got great with Vega. I could do okay with him, but yeah, I never quite mastered Vega. But I knew a lot of my friends anyway. They all hated Zangief because they're all like, he's just so slow and whatnot. But once you figure out how to use those grapple moves of his, man, you can really mess some people up. That's true. That is true. He can be real easy to hit. But I got pretty good at using his range. Yeah, especially when you can just go Yoga Fire and just start blasting people away. I know it's kind of cheap, but you know what? If you don't like it, then beat me, dude. That's just how it goes. That's the way I look at it. Frank Miller your favorite Wolverine? Honestly, I mean that's a great one. The Japan storyline is fantastic. I love John Byrne's Wolverine suit the most, the orange suit. But yeah, I mean Frank Miller did a great Wolverine. I like the way Chris Claremont wrote him. Man, I love a lot of different versions of Wolverine. Let's see. I think I'll do my first stream on here in about 3 weeks. Awesome, man. I'll be on the lookout for it. But probably one of my favorite as far as one of the recent Wolverines, I mean, I guess kind of recent, was I always thought Mark Millar did a great Wolverine, at least as far as writing him goes. Yeah, Boris Vallejo Wolverine. Oh, nice. Yeah, Boris Vallejo's great. I mean, obviously, when you get guys like, I was a 90s kid, so guys like Mark Silvestri and all that, I love it. Jim Lee does a great Wolverine back in the day, although personally I still haven't forgiven him for putting Wolverine back in the yellow and blue costume. I remember even as a kid in the 90s, I just thought, I don't see a guy being, that rough and tough like that willingly wearing that yellow and blue. Yeah, Boris Vallejo. Yeah, I agree with that, but I think since he started it works a bit posy, but are you talking about Vallejo or are you on Kick also? No, I have not. I've not checked out Kick. I'm currently dual streaming to Twitch and YouTube at the moment. I haven't checked out Kick yet. It's something I want to look into. I have a good buddy of mine here on Twitch. His name is Reverend X. Great guy, very entertaining. Good buddy of mine. I know he's been streaming on Twitch. He does more video game content, that kind of stuff. Very fun guy. I know he's been kind of struggling building an audience on there. So I don't know, but yeah, maybe. Yeah, Vallejo's definitely more about the I would say the technique of the rendering. He's kind of that illustrator type guy. He's a little bit less dynamic, but man, his rendering, especially as he started moving into that more painted stuff that he did, is pretty darn good. Like when he did the Batman Black Label and that kind of stuff. Like that stuff is pretty good as far as the rendering. But yeah, I kind of like a little bit more dynamic. Like one of my favorite artists of all time is Joe Madureira. I've never been shy about that fact. Joe Mad, I just love how he can take any pose, any moment, and he can just squeeze every last little bit of energy out of it, like it's nothing. You just immediately, without even, if it's a character you don't even know, he can just, You have an original Vallejo? Oh, nice. That's sweet. That's awesome, man. Yeah, 26K later. That'll do it. But hey, man, hang on to that. That might be worth something. That's really cool, though. That's awesome. Yeah, so far the only original artwork I have is mine. I know. But yeah, sadly all the original artwork I want is way too expensive for me. His gloves are blue, so we'll leave that there, but we'll boost up that line to really bring that forward. I really want that fist to come at you like pow, he is about ready to punch you in the face. Getting ready to fight the Underminer or something. Let's see. I joke to people, want to meet them. If you come to my house, it's a $1 door entry. That's awesome. Hey, man, that's a good way to do it. If you can get them to pay it, why not, right? That's awesome. Has anyone actually gone for it? I mean, like, you know what? That's a good point. I should be paying you for this. Gotcha. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, me neither. Like I said, I know there's tons of originals I'd love to get, but yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to afford them. Yeah, there's that Kelly Jones Batman cover that I would love to get. It's I always blank on what issue number it is, but it's the one. It's the one with Zaz on it. Like Zaz got his knife up in the air and he's getting ready to attack that girl who's cowering with fear, and Batman jumps in there. He's got his cape like covering her, and he's all in shadow, and he just looks all freaky and terrifying. It's just such a great cover. Oh my god, yeah, I'd love to get the original of that, but I'm sure that goes for a very pretty penny. None of my pennies are pretty, so trying to acquire is a Yoda made by Wendy Frode. Wendy Frode. I'm not familiar with Wendy. I'll have to check that out. I'll have to check her out. But yeah, for me, like any kind of Joe Mad or Mark Silvestri, I mean, geez, any kind of original art, really. Sup, Rev? Thanks, man. Home safe. Yes. Yep. It was a great, easy drive. Couldn't ask for better. Anybody coming back here that's familiar with the show, hopefully you've noticed a bit of a increase in production quality. That is all thanks to our lovely Reverend X here, who was kind enough to give me some of his old gear that he's no longer using, and allowed me to make use of it. And I gotta say, I am loving it. Show me all the puppets. Oh, okay. She's nickname's Mother Yoda. Nice. I like that. Okay. All right. Mother Yoda. I can get behind that. That's cool. Her husband's Brian Froud. Okay. But yeah. So anyway, yeah, if you're not familiar, check out Reverend X here on Twitter. He's a good dude. And yeah. So hopefully you've noticed those that have seen me before live or watched any of my replays on YouTube. Hopefully you'll see the increase in some quality. Like, for example, the pencils aren't getting blown out. Oh yeah, dude. No, I hooked it up as soon as I got home. I mean, geez, the fact that I can literally control my light with my phone with a phone app is just, I love it. I'm living in the future, man. It's great. It's just so awesome. Alrighty. Yeah, and for those wondering, if you have no idea who this is that I'm drawing, it's supposed to be Mr. Incredible, the early version, early on in the movie when he had his that blue suit. And I'm just getting all the big anatomical shapes in, the shadows in, and then I'll drop the logo and everything in there in a moment. But actually, I guess I can go ahead and do that now. But yeah, no, I hooked this stuff up as soon as I got home. So I was like, oh man, I'm so stoked to be using this. Yeah, I mean, even this microphone, man, it's a big bonus. Although my voice is a little bit blown out because I went and saw some awesome live music. And, as you do, I was singing along. And as you do, my voice got a little bit blown out. So now you all get to enjoy my nice raspy voice. Which works out great for, like movie trailers and stuff. Get ready for the big event of the summer. It's Friday. Yeah, that kind of thing. Let's see. Let's do. I'm trying to get better at doing that halo effect where you. Mike sounds killer with your voice. Got that low end going. Yeah, that's something that my the previous mic definitely. Hey, no offense. It was a good, affordable mic, but yeah, that was something that it did not do well with. So this mic definitely picks up that low end, which I love. I'm very proud of my low end, and I want to share it with everybody. But yeah, no, I got to go to Cincinnati, and I got to go see the Cincinnati Zoo and eat Skyline chili, which is quite good, I gotta say. Skyline chili. You definitely have something to be proud of there. Cincinnati, definitely worthy of being proud of. But how you been doing, Rev? Has it cooled down at all out there? Because, man, it was hot and muggy. For most of that trip. But yeah, it's kind of cool hearing my voice in the headphones on these. It just makes you want to go like full on Batman. Hey, we all have our faults, brother. We all have our faults. There's no judgment here, but I for the sake of being online, I won't ask specifics of the things you're willing to do. But I trust that I trust that you will make the right decisions. But I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't help but laugh a little bit. When I went in and said, "Yeah, I'll have a medium threesome and 2 coney dogs." That was a little bit. That was something I never thought I would say at a restaurant, but that's a thing. Those that have ever been to Skyline know exactly what I'm talking about. It's not cool. That 95. Ugh. Yeah, it's about like it is here. I was looking up. Yeah, here in Omaha. Like Friday and Saturday are going to be like 103, 104 or something like that. Stupid. Absolutely stupid how hot that is. I'm not built for hot weather, so not a fan. Let's see. Hang in there with me, marker. I'll just get a couple more. And this marker's great for line work, but it's technically not the best for filling in these large black areas. So they probably should change it up here. I got a different tool that I can use that's much better for that purpose. But I just haven't grabbed it yet because I just haven't. You know what? First, let me here. Use a little Pigma microns. Those aren't familiar with these. These are pretty much just set widths, so you can get very precise with your line work. Very precise. Like so. And let me come in with the eraser. Let me just get the rest of that pencil out. Oh yeah, I probably should ask. Since I'm drawing a Pixar character, um, what's your favorite Pixar movie and/or character? That's always fun. I love talking movies. Do you ever mess with a Micron brush pen? Not the Micron one, no. When it comes, I mean, it's a good brush pen, but yeah, I haven't messed with that one much. My go-to brush pens, honestly, are these guys right here for line work. This one is the what is this one? Pentel Uni Pin. I think that's Pentel. I don't know. But yeah, Unipin brush tip. These are kind of cool. These have the felt tip on them. And then this is the one I've been obsessing with. I've done most of this picture with these. These are from Tombow. I've become quite the Tombow fanboy. They've got a lot of great stuff. But some people I've seen online for covering in large areas, these Zig calligraphy pens are great. They have that chisel tip, so yeah, that can come in really handy once you kind of figure out how to use it. Onward. Onward is a great movie. Yeah, that makes sense. Being a D&D fan, as I am myself, yes, that is a great movie. Very underrated. Very underrated. I don't know. Yeah. Let's see. Incredibles will always have a special place in my heart just because superheroes, and it's just such a well done movie. But yeah, Onward is great. That van is fantastic. Up, phenomenal movie. Let's see. Pretty much all this is black too, right? So we're gonna try to halo that. I love the dog, Doug from Up. Of course, Toy Story is great. I mean, you could say I would say Toy Story 1 and 2 were definitely awesome. Toy Story 3 is pretty darn good. I thought Toy Story 4 was fine. I thought it was okay. Can't believe they're making a fifth one. Not exactly excited about that one. But yeah, I love these pens. They have that small chisel tip on one end, and they have the bigger one on the other. You can get these big chunky shapes, and they're great for filling in large black areas like I'm going to be doing here. And there's quite a few big, black areas on the costume. So having something like this really works out very nicely for that. If I'm drawing comic book pages and things like that, I've been trying to get better at using a traditional brush and ink. Because, they're awesome tools, but my control with those is not quite where I would like them to be. So I don't know if I can use one of those quickly enough to justify using it live on stream. Let's leave that little line there. Yeah, then we're trying to do what's called haloing, where when you have a line like, say, like one of these lines, which you normally would just leave black, if that line was in the mix. Seen the show Vox Machina? I saw the first 2 seasons. I used to be a big Critical Role guy back in the day. I watched the first 2 campaigns of Critical Role and really liked them. I kind of fell out of the 3rd campaign. But yeah, I saw the first 2 seasons of Vox Machina. I thought that was great. Grog is my spirit animal. I love that character. He's just so lovable. You just want to go hug him. Yes. Good old Grog. But yes, that's a fun show. Of course, Scanlan's great. You may have to go way back on my Instagram. I don't know if I'd recommend it because they're not that great, but I do have some fan art that I did of all the different Vox Machina characters, like individual little portraits. Like I said, they're not great, so I can't recommend it, but they're there if you are willing to brave it. And then since this is arm's going to be blocking this part of the body, I'm just going to shadow that out. Oh. Just ruined that halo. Oh, well. Oh, well. Having a lost edge is not the worst. And if all else fails, I can try to go in with some white out and bring that back if I really feel it's necessary. Yeah, but do you have a favorite Vox Machina character? Mine would definitely be Grog. Let's see. Let's see. So this is, this belt is black. Scanlan, yes. Bard at heart. No, that makes total sense. Yeah, as a lapsed musician myself, I definitely can relate to the Bard. But I don't know. Whenever I play RPGs, like whenever I play D&D or any video game RPGs, I'm always the tank. I'm always the warrior or the barbarian. Grog just being the big, dumb, but lovable, but just awesome, scary warrior that he is. I don't know. I just agent of chaos that he is. Just love him. But Scanlan's great. Scanlan and Grog playing off each other is fantastic. Just get old lovable Grog. Yeah, there's that one line in the. They didn't do it in the show, but I remember in the Critical Role live stream. Yeah, there's that bit where they're interrogating that one dude so they could find the Briarwoods, and Grog just scaring the ever living crap out of him, and Grog just comes in and goes, there are all those that protect life. They just left. It's like, oh, love it. Let's see. I might just make all, because just checking my reference here. Okay. So his boot is blue, but just the boots. And technically I can just make all this black, which I'm gonna, because artistic license and whatnot. Then once you get once you spot all the blacks, then you can come in and do some rendering and make it look a little cooler. And I use a lot of I'll use the microns a lot for rendering. That Tombow is also great for that too. It is easy for me to get a little carried away with rendering, but you know what? It's so much fun. Yeah, I did try playing a bard once in a one-shot, and it did not go well for me. Let's just say, yeah, it. I overestimated my abilities. I overestimated my ability to roll well. Like I don't play a lot of spellcasters, so it's always the whole juggling spells is always an adjustment for me. I always have to remember. It's like, oh yeah, I can't do that, or remembering concentration, statuses, that kind of stuff. That's always you're like, oh crap. So barbarians is great. It's like, how many more times can I rage today? Awesome. Let's go. I would like to rage. Yeah, see, the reality is if I just got my brush out, this would be filled in a whole lot faster already, but those are methy. Trying to think here, what else? Yeah, it was fun because I haven't played my guitar in way too long, and we got to go when I was down there in Cincinnati. There's a friend of my family's out there who has his own band. He was doing a live show at a bar and grill down there, and oh my gosh, it was awesome. And really lit a fire under me to get playing again. So hopefully in between everything else I got going on, hopefully I can get back at that. Get shredding again. Be fun to do like an Ozzy tribute, but I cannot sing as high as Ozzy, so who knows? Oh, hey. Looks like I got a little bot here, so that's exciting. Woot, woot, woot. Yeah, no thanks. I'm not gonna pay money for views. I'd rather just earn those organically. But that's just me. What can I say? I'm old fashioned. On the way home, I don't know who was here. Rev, I don't know if you're still here. I finished that book on the way in, The Devils by Joe Abercrombie, which is freaking awesome. And then I started an audiobook of the first bots are people too. I mean, that's a way to look at it, I guess. Sup, Jake, man? How you doing, man? Good to see you. But yeah, I started listening to the first was it Stormfront, I think it's called, which is the first of the Dresden Files books. I gotten into like chapter 10, I think, as far as I got on the way home yesterday, and pretty darn good. Pretty darn good book. But hey, Jake, how's it going, man? Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. I'm drawing little Mr. Incredible for Cakes and Grains. Hey. Mistborn. Nice. I read the first two Mistborn books a long time ago. And I remember really enjoying them. So, yeah, good, man. But, yeah, I'm a big Joe Abercrombie fanboy. So, I love his first Law books. So, when I heard he had a new book coming, of course, I was aware. I heard the first time he announced it. So, I've been eagerly anticipating. That's incredible. But love it. Love it. Fully encourage puns. Fully encouraged in this in these live streams, in this chat. All about them puns. Hey Mom, thank you. Thank you. Y'all better clean it up now. Mama's in the house. Okay, let's see. Yeah, let's see what we're gonna be doing. That's okay. It was still funny. There are worse things than being called incredible. Even if it's a joke, I can handle being called incredible. That's fine by me. I mean, it's not exactly a lie, am I right? Just saying. Okay. So now, let's see. Kind of thicken some of these lines up a little bit just to kind of reinforce them here. And let's see. Master Figures being polite. Thank you. Have absolutely no problem saying that my mom is, in fact, a badass. A badass. No problem saying that. Because it's true. All right, let's see. Now let's pull out those microns. And let's get some go. Where's my 0.1 here? Nope, that's not 0.1. There it is. Sorry about that. Apparently, I dropped my micron on the floor, which is not helpful. Hey, Kent. How's it going? Thanks. Thank you. Yeah. It's good to be back. Had a great time in Cincinnati. It's a great place. Got to meet some great people. But, as they say, there's no place like home. God, I'm having way too much fun with this new microphone. It sounds so good in my head, in my headphones. Not to brag, but, just saying. Just makes me want to just do all of the voices. Just be like, in a world where thoughts collide. Like those kinds of things. Is it true that tricks are only for kids? Let's say you are, in fact, not a kid. Can you try to eat said tricks? Will they kill you? Superman is amazing. Awesome. I'd love to see it, man. Yeah, Master, do you post any of your stuff anywhere? Or is it incredible? Just saying, voice acting streams and videos are a hot ticket item. I am definitely taking that under advisement. That is for sure. Yeah, I did get enrolled in that Backstage website, which is where all those, which is where a lot of the major, casting is done for that kind of thing. I'm working on getting my stuff figured out. Bozzy Creates is now following. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. Very much welcome, Bozzy Creates. Hope you are doing well. Hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Definitely going to do that. I just got to get my, thanks to this awesome microphone that Reverend X here was nice enough to give me. I have the equipment that I need to do that, so I'm very excited. So I just gotta fire up Audition and find something to record, and I gotta do a little bit of research on what I should do for my voice sample track, voice track sample thing. I got to figure that out. But, yeah, once I do that, I'm definitely sending it off. That's for sure. If anyone wants a little sample of my voice acting, a while back I did a impromptu dramatic reading of a Joe Mad comic. It's on my YouTube channel. I got way into that. It's one of those comic book scene moments that I just never get tired of. You get to hear me do my Wolverine, A-Bub, and some other creepy bad guy. I don't even remember the voice I did for it, but I remember being proud of it. But yes, a lot more to come on that stuff. Let's see. I'm going to shore up some of these lines here. Yeah, so since I got these kind of thicker holding lines, I'm going to try to keep my interior lines a little bit thinner because I don't want them to compete. Yes, very much. A big thank you. So, if you can always absolutely, Jake, anytime you want, buddy, I will gladly take you up on that if you have the time and or desire to do so. I will happily pay you in gratitude to do it. But yeah, for those that weren't here for the story, I just yesterday I got back from visiting some family in Cincinnati, Ohio, and Reverend X, or Rev, happens to be in that area as well, and he was very kind to gift me some of his old gear that he's no longer using, including this awesome light, the new webcam, and this microphone. And so if you're noticing an increase in quality of the production, which I hope you are, it is thanks to Rev here, and I am eternally grateful. If you're not already following him, please do. He's got a great channel on YouTube and on Twitch. He's a lot of fun, great video game content, very entertaining guy, and just a good dude all around. So yeah, please go check him out. Let's see. But one thing I'm actually kind of excited about is I think I'm actually able to get some pages written in the script for my Dominite book. So what I'm going to do and with that is, instead of trying to do one giant graphic novel like a lot of people are doing, and not nothing against them. I mean, most of those are fantastic. But instead of doing that, I'm going to actually do single issues, kind of like the old school comic guys used to do back in the day. So still figuring out exactly how many, but I'm going to try to write it Marvel style, meaning basically meaning you kind of write just basic paragraphs of what's going to happen and then kind of figure everything else out in the artwork, and which I'm really excited about doing. Oh, der. The black goes all the way up to the trunks. That is why we use reference, folks. Now I know. And knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe. I'm not gonna lie, I did debate between drawing Mr. Incredible or Syndrome. That was a big debate, but I felt like I ultimately went with Mr. Incredible because I just thought it'd be fun to draw that costume of his. I thought it'd be fun just to draw him as like a big muscular brute. Let's see here. That makes a whole lot more sense. And then we'll get the small thing, just add some rendering just to kind of symbolize a little bit of a shadow, a little bit of a rounding here. Since it is just black and white, you can kind of use the lines to kind of simulate a gray. Like, I am going to be coming in with markers to color to color this, but I don't know. There's just something about line work that, to me, adds a lot of energy. I absolutely love it. Oh yeah, I just realized I drew his thumbnail, even though he's wearing gloves, so you're not going to see that. But you know what? Battle damage. You know what? He's got a little battle damage on his gloves, so maybe his glove is torn. Oh no. So maybe you can see his thumb through that. Maybe his knuckles. He's got a little bit of a tear on his knuckles. There. You gotta go see Edna. My God, you've gotten fat. Good old Edna Mode. And we'll just... Let's see, darken that foot in. Like so. I'll darken some of this stuff in. Cool. Okay. We'll do one more pass with the eraser. Then let's get on to coloring. Now this suit should be pretty simple to color. It's basically just blue, black, and with a little bit of red on the eye dot, and then a couple skin spots, and then that's pretty much it. So hopefully, Lord willing, this should be rather simple. Got to get my markers here. I always try to have a little sample paper so I can test the markers on just to make sure it's the color I want. But some of these I'm pretty familiar with. So this is always a good base for light skin tones. So let's go ahead and do that. Good old Mr. Incredible. The question is, what color are his eyes? I just realized that. Oh, they just make his eyes black. Okay. So I have a bit of leeway there. I could just blacken out his eyes. That could be his pupils. Something like that. Something like that. And then we just got to give the... Maybe he punched something really hard and tore his gloves, so now he's got one of those, unintentionally got one of those convertible mittens. Like so. Excuse me. Then I gave him a couple more rips just for funsies. Like so. And then let's see, that's a pretty good. Yeah, I don't like that one. That's a good shadow color. Yeah, I got the shadows on this side, so we're gonna, at least in the inks, so we're gonna keep doing that with the colors. Let's take consistency. Boom, 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 boom. Well, one cool thing with alcohol markers is if you let the layer dry, you can use that same color again as a decent little shadow color, which is kind of cool. So that's very handy. Okay, so now let's just go ahead and get that dot out of the way, since that's the only red on here. This is usually pretty good, yeah. There. A little bit of red. And the rest of them is kind of this blue color. Let's see, it's kind of this light blue. Nah, not quite. Let's see. Yeah, that'll work. Just gotta make sure not to blend that blue with the skin tone. But yeah, now that I'm back from my trip, I am going to be trying to stream again a lot more often. Last week I streamed quite a bit and had a lot of fun doing so. And I'm going to try to get that pick that back up. Still working out exactly how I want to do the scheduling. Because on the one hand, it's like I don't want people to get sick of me because they're just like, oh god, another one. On the other hand, I am having fun doing it. So, and it's fun. It's fun seeing you guys. Fun hanging out with everybody. So we will see. See what happens. Yeah, I don't know what I'd love to do, man. Ugh, if I had my way, I want to do, like, when I'm getting closer to, like, when it comes time for that first issue of the Dominite book to come out, I'd love to do a little kind of motion graphic trailer for it with some music and whatnot, and do my own voice narration over it. Oh, man, that'd be so much fun. Prepare yourself for Domini coming soon. You know, I can do that kind of a thing. Then I'll just be like him, just be like, oh, not again. Or whatever. I don't know what I want him to sound like. Not again. We'll figure that out. But yeah. But yeah, I feel like I'm officially living in the future now thanks to thanks, Mom. Yeah, I feel like I'm officially living in the future now, thanks to Rev. I can actually control this light with my cell phone with an app on my phone, and it's awesome. I can change the temperature. I can change the brightness on it. I can turn it on and off just with my phone. It's fantastic. But yes. Yeah, it's not looking too bad. Little trick I've kind of learned the hard way to avoid the ink pulling when you're going over it. Go quick with the marker and don't overwork a spot. Just put the ink down and move on. So, because I had a little bit of an ink pull up there, but you know, it's not really done in a way that you're going to notice it too much. So I'm not gonna stress over that. Let's see. Yeah, well. Yeah, I think that works. Yeah, and then what I'm going to do is once I get this base color down, then I'll come in with a gray, a darker, cool gray color, and then I'll to add my shadows. Where I guess more where I want more intense shadows. The subtle shadows I'll just add with this same marker once the layer dries. But the more in your face spots like this fist here, or like parts of the torso, I'm gonna come in with more of a intense gray color because I want to really emphasize, because I really want to emphasize that area. Let me see, like, look at here. The most important thing when you're doing just an image of a single character is you really want to focus on heads and hands, the face and the hands. So everything you do should be geared towards making people look there. So all of my details, all of my contrast and everything is going to be focused right in those areas. So I'm definitely going to be doing a lot more shading on the face and on this fist here, just because I want it to be here. But this fist is supposed to be farther back. So so I'm not going to put a whole lot of rendering on that or details on that because I don't really want you to look at that too much. Hopefully that makes sense. So give me 1 second here. Just kind of blow my nose. Give me 1 second. Oh, yeah. Gotta love allergies. Aren't they just the best? Anyway, yeah. So how's everybody doing? How's all the more recent? Looks like we got a few more recent arrivals here. So glad to see you. Oh yeah, I did some weightlifting for the first time in a while, which is a lot of fun. Call it the big three. It was squat, bench press, and deadlift. Now, deadlift is one of my favorite lifts out there. So, but I got to go a little careful because I did blow my back out doing that a few years ago. I got a little carried away. So I'm trying to build that back up. My max before my back blew was 350, so I'm trying to get back up to that. But it felt good. It felt good to throw some weight around and did a little bit better than I expected, so that's always exciting. But yeah, my back's still a little bit angry with me, so what are you going to do? All right, so I'm just going to come in here. That's all dry. I can come in here and that same marker and really emphasize those shadows. But I want to make sure I'm emphasizing the form that I'm taking here. So like this finger here is more of a cylinder. Fingers are basically cylinders. So everything I'm doing is meant to work with that, to emphasize that. And then obviously the shadows from the rendering do hold quite a bit, so that's very helpful. But I am definitely going to be coming in here and doing some more darker things. Hold on, I have a sneeze coming. Excuse me, did not get to the mute in time for that. Sorry about that. Hopefully I at least got far enough away from the mic. Sorry about that. Oh yeah, I gotta get the foot here. Honestly, I might just leave that foot alone because with that rendering on there, that's pretty good. Bless you. Thanks. Thank you. Good old seasonal allergies. Whether you're in Ohio or Nebraska, you can always count on seasonal allergies. You know, I would not say no to a sponsorship from Zyrtec. I feel like I've been keeping them in business. I don't know. Is this cool? What is that? Oh. Completely not the color I meant to grab. I don't know. That might be a little... yeah, that works. Getting some shadows in, and then what's cool is now that I've got those in, I can go back over it, that original color, and get that saturation back. So it actually looks like so it actually looks like I did kind of a natural hue shift on that, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool, I gotta say. Then when it comes time for the skin, since the skin's more of a warmer color, I'm going to come in with a warm gray to emphasize that. And that will allow me to get some more skin shadows. So, anybody do anything exciting this weekend? I know there's that movie that that came out I want to see called Weapons. If anyone's seen it, please do not spoil it because I have not seen it yet. But I've heard a lot of good things, and I kind of want to go see that. So I'm not gonna lie. It's been a while since I've had a movie I'm like actually excited about. We actually did go see when I was over there and visiting family. We went and saw F1. It was my second time seeing it, and man, I still love that movie. But yeah, that movie Weapons looks awesome. I have no idea what's going on based on the trailers, and that's how it should be. Not a dang clue what is happening. You just know there's some weirdness going on, and I'm here for it. I know Rev's not really a horror guy, so it might not be up his alley, but I'm down. Let's see here. How are we doing for time? Okay. Might be a little over the usual 2-hour mark I try to go for, but hopefully you guys can forgive me. Not too much, though. Just fleshing in some colors. I might fit like an orange square behind him. I'm kind of thinking I might do that. Just for a little something in the background. I think it might be kind of fun. Just something to make him pop. Yeah, man, that's another thing that'd be kind of fun to do. Rev was talking about we were talking about audiobooks earlier, and Rev was talking about the Mistborn books. Yeah, Michael Kramer, that's a voice. That's a great voice for audiobooks. Man, I would love to do something like that. I feel like reading an audiobook would be a lot of fun. Although if I reading for like children or like female characters might be a challenge. But who knows? Stream of consciousness with Tim. Yeah, let's really push these rib cages in. Sorry, I keep forgetting to talk. Let's see. What else is there? Okay. Having been on a road trip again recently, you know what? The road trips went about as easy as they could go, and so I'm happy about that. This one anyway. One little gripe I gotta make, because I feel like it, is semi-trucks passing other semi-trucks when they're only going like 5 miles an hour more than the other one. It just slows everything up for no reason. And it's annoying. That happened all the time on that trip. And I got to say, not a fan. Not a fan. You know what? I might just leave the gray on that because it kind of makes it feel a little farther back, which is how it should. So I'm going to stick with that. And then a little bit here, a little bit here. think I might just either leave these white parts white or just do a really light gray. I have a really light gray. That is not a light gray. Let's see, how about this? Yeah, okay, that works. It's not quite pure white, but it's also light enough to kind of just add a little something to it. And then, let's see. Oh, yeah, I got to add his blonde hair. This is kind of the Olade JI88 is now following. Thank you so much. Following on the Twitch. Thank you so much for coming in. I hope you're doing good. Hope you're enjoying hang out. Good to see you. Please tell me about yourself. You know, if you want to. Just sitting here drawing. Let's see. I don't really have a marker quite light enough. Let's see. What about this one? It's a little bit. Let's see. It's all right. It's all right. Just going to let that. So, you know what? I might, trying to remember. I don't think they, you know what? We'll just say he's got blue eyes. Because why not? There. Easy peasy. So now I just got to get a warm gray. Like so. Yeah, I don't need a whole lot, just enough to kind of give a little bit of dimension here. And then, just like before, I'll come back with that original color. Just to get some of that saturation back. And then for the finishing touches, I'm going to go ahead and put that square in the back. I'm just going to put a little orange shape behind them just because I think it'll be kind of cool to pop them out. And it'll it's a nice little homage to his orange suit he gets a little later on in the movie. So if we do something like, you know, something like that. Something like that. Messed that up, so now I gotta point that out a little bit more. Yeah, I just want to make sure I'm not causing an awkward tangent. There we go. There. Yeah, I don't know. I found I've kind of had fun doing these big, solid shapes. A color just kind of as a background element, so that way he's not just floating in a blank space. Blank space of nothingness. Sounds like a Pink Floyd song. You're floating away in the big space of nothingness. I don't know. All in all, you're just in the space of nothingness. I'll work on it. Good old Pink Floyd. Good thing is I haven't used this marker a ton, so it's got plenty of ink in it, which is nice. All right, here's one out there. Has anybody got any movies they're excited to go see? Or any old movies that they're going to be watching or want to watch? Yeah, no joke. I have a whole Google document list of movies that I need to see. And it's pretty long. Yeah, a rule of thumb with markers that I'm terrible at following is just try to keep your strokes consistent. That kind of helps get that flat color without too much streak in it. And like I said, I'm not great at following my own advice, so I get a lot of streak, but trying to get better at that. know what? I just had an idea. Hold on. Let's see if I can pull this. What's my favorite superhero movie? Oh man, that's tough. That is tough. Probably that. I don't know. The first Avengers movie is fantastic. So I'd probably have to go with that one. Yeah, that very first Avengers movie in 2012 is really good. I love all three Captain America movies with Chris Evans. I love those. Let's see. Of course, I'm a Punisher fan, so I love all the Punisher movies. Even the Dolph Lundgren one I thought was really good. I thought it was fun for what it was. Thomas Jane Punisher was great. Ray Stevens in one gets a lot of crap, and hey, fair enough. I loved it. It's very much they kind of took the 80s B movie vibe and just ran with it, and it kind of worked. But I really liked Ray Stevenson. The Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, the first two anyway, are awesome. Spider-Man 2, the one with Doc Ock, great movie, absolutely awesome movie. Really captured the Peter Parker's, the whole Spider-Man No More arc. Even though it changed a lot of the details from the comics, it kept the spirit of that story arc. So, give it a lot of props for that. Trying to think, man, a lot of good ones. I like the Christopher Nolan Batman movies. I thought they were good, even though I have a hard time watching them now because of all the parodies I've seen and done of the Christian Bale Batman voice. He's always like, yeah, where's the trigger? That kind of a thing. But let's see. Let's shrink this a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. I guess you could argue if he's a superhero or not, but Dredd with Carl Urban is fantastic. I'm trying to think. I kind of want to give him more of a bluer. I want to give him more saturated blue color. It's a little too dark. Let's see. What do we got here? There we go. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Bear with me here. I'm just, I want to give him a little more saturated blue color. Man, I know a lot, and again, another one of those I know a lot of people like to make fun of, but the first Fantastic Four movie, well, technically it wasn't the first, but the first one that got released, with Michael Chiklis and Jessica Alba and all them, I thought that first one was a lot of fun. It's far from perfect, but I really did enjoy that. Probably the best version of The Thing, at least. Ben Grimm is a character near and dear to my heart, so it was good to get to see him done well. I thought that second X-Men movie, X-Men 2, is great. see. I'm trying to think. Of course, Blade, of course. The first two. I mean, the third one's kind of good, dumb fun if you just turn your brain off. Green Lantern. Just kidding. That movie sucked. That movie actually had potential. It started pretty decent, and then it just, once it got back to Earth, just fell off a cliff. I'm trying to think some other good ones. There's a lot of good ones. A lot of the early Marvel ones, of course. Yeah, that first Iron Man movie is a classic. Honestly, like the first Thor movie, I thought was really good. I think Thor as a character, that first Thor movie, I think handled him the best. I'm not a big fan of that whole let's turn Thor into a himbo type character. I'm not really into that mentality. I don't like making him just that butt of all the jokes. That's not Thor. But yeah, I thought that first Thor movie was really good, especially with Anthony Hopkins. That scene where he's all like, "I cast you out." Oh man, you just feel it when Anthony Hopkins just lets him have it. Oh, it's so good. So good. Infinity War is great. Civil War was really good. Trying to think. I'm sure there's plenty others I'm not thinking of, so help me out if anyone's got any other ones they want to add. Let's see. Yeah, okay, I'm glad I did that. Just really pop some more. Let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Now the time to come in with a little bit of good old-fashioned whiteout. Fix a couple edges, and then we'll call this good. Let's see, just make sure it's working. There we go. Just fix a couple lines here and there. Just a couple small things. We'll kind of clean this line up a bit. Just to have a little something in there to look at else besides just a solid orange color. Give him a little bit of highlight in the eyes, a little bit on the nose, a little bit in the hair, a little bit in the thumbnail. Clear out some of this stuff. And there we are, I think. Beautiful. All right. I think there he is. And, of course, can't forget to sign. The piece is never done until it's signed. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. And there we are. So let's go ahead and let me just go ahead and hold this up here so you can get a better, more accurate angle on it. And I will be posting a scan of this, proper scan of this here in a little, at some point. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, I think that'll do it for this week's stream. Again, be on the lookout. I'm going to be trying to stream a lot more regularly during the week. So be on the lookout for that. And for those of you that have come in, thank you very much for hanging out with me. I really do much appreciate it. You can check out all my content on YouTube. All the replays and a couple time-lapse videos are up there. I'm going to be trying to add some more of those. So be on the lookout for that. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you.